We all must speak out against any form of political violence, and I'm very clear about that. Some of the people closest to Donald Trump when he was president, generals, including most recently John Kelly, a 4-star Marine general, have been very clear about the danger and the threat that Donald Trump poses to America and the fact that he is unfit to serve.
Threat. Top Republican lawmakers are now calling on Vice President Harris to stop the anti-Trump rhetoric, warning it only makes the threats against him much worse. House Speaker Mike Johnson joins us now, along with GOP congressional hopeful candidate Kevin Coughlin. Thank you both so much for being here. Mr. Speaker, there was a joint statement put out by yourself and Leader McConnell talking about, we got to turn this down. Yet they haven't, even after 2 assassination attempts. Is it because they don't have much else to talk about?
Yeah, it's desperate, Pete. Right here at the end, the latest rhetoric from Kamala Harris invokes the darkest period of the 20th century. I mean, they're comparing Donald Trump to Hitler and Mussolini. It's desperate, but it's also very dangerous, and it's very irresponsible. President Trump has survived 2 assassination attempts in a 3-month period already. It's like a boiling cauldron out there, and you got the vice president using her platform right now to turn the heat up. It's a really dangerous thing. So we've called on her to stop that, stop escalating the threat environment, and for goodness sakes, make sure that President Trump has all the protection that he deserves and needs. They've slow-walked some of that. It's really dangerous. Yeah,
you're exactly right about that. Well, Kevin, you're out on the trail every day. I mean, when you're talking to persuadable voters or folks you have to win over in a swing district, are they voting because Trump might be the next Hitler or Mussolini, or are other issues really what they care about?
The issues are what they care about, and it's a unique election because we're getting the same set of issues at the Democrat doors that we're getting at the Republican doors. It's the cost of living crisis, and it's immigration and illegal immigration. And really everything else falls off after that.
I believe that. That's certainly what the polls suggest as well. Mr. Speaker, how are you feeling? We're 7 days out from the election. The majority is at stake. Should Trump win, majorities would be very important if you want to get anything done. Give us where we are in the horse race. What are you predicting?
Pete, we're very bullish. I've been traveling nonstop. As you know, I've done over 240 cities in 40 states now, campaign events everywhere. And I go to the blue states and the swing districts and the places Republicans are not traditionally expected to do well. We are going to do well. There's going to be a demographic shift and a record number of Hispanic and Latino voters, Black and African-American voters, Jewish voters, union workers. There's an energy out there that is difficult to really articulate, but it is palpable. And President Trump is going to win. We're going to win the Senate, and we're going to win the House as well. Grow our majority. You can help us grow themajority.com and go there and find out about all candidates like Kevin Coughlin here in Ohio's 13, an extraordinary candidate. He's going to flip this blue seat to red, Pete. That's the story across the country.
Well, if a race like that in Ohio flips, then it's going to be a very good night for Republicans. No doubt about that. Kevin, what's your website real quick? People want to check it out.
It's kevincoughlin.com. Just name right behind us, kevincoughlin.com. You can sign up and help us out.
Good luck on the trail. Only 9 days to go. So much at stake. Appreciate you both. Kevin, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Pete.
You got it.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.